Warning, this video is not meant for children. It's meant for a mature audience as this video has mature themes such as blood, violence, sex references, and inappropriate language. This video also contains spoilers for It'll Be Okay, so if you haven't watched it already, use the link in the description down below to watch it. There'll be a link that brings you right back. Now, into the video. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the behind the scenes process of my new short film, It'll Be Okay. It has been a good amount of time since I've said that one, hasn't it? Well, that's because I don't really upload YouTube videos anymore. Instead, I'm actually going to be using this YouTube channel to be posting the short films and the respective behind the scenes. That's pretty much it. Maybe in the future I might start making YouTube videos, but that's besides the point. Anyway, for this video, we're going to have a bit of a structure going on here. Firstly, we're going to be talking about the pre-production. Then we're going to be talking about the mid-production. We're going to go scene by scene and talk about each scene individually. Then we're going to talk about post-production. Then we're going to talk about the deeper side of It'll Be Okay. Why it actually exists, the messages and themes behind it. And then I'll probably put some bloopers in there as well. And yeah, let's just get into it. Why wait? Alright, let's talk about some pre-production. Okay, so the first thing about pre-production is actually, well, what the other names for It'll Be Okay was originally going to be. And it actually had the total of 4 names. Those 4 names included, well, It'll Be Okay itself, Ruin, On the Ropes, and Dismissal. Okay, let's rapid fire this. Firstly, On the Ropes. We didn't use that one simply because it's a boxing term, and then that would make people think it's a boxing film. Sure as hell isn't that. We didn't do Dismissal just because it sounded really weird. Imagine going up to someone saying, "Hey yo, look at my new short film, Dismissal." Like, I don't know, it just didn't feel right to say, even though the symbolism behind that word would actually be quite appropriate for the film. But yeah, that one just didn't feel right. Then the other one was Ruin, which that was actually the closest one, but it didn't match up with the themes I was going for. For this film, it's all about, well, things aren't good right now, but things will get well eventually. Ruin kind of implies that the whole thing is just a complete catastrophe, and that's not really what the themes are and what the message actually is behind the story. So Ruin wasn't a good enough name. Thus, It'll Be Okay. It's perfect, it's simple, it's normal, it's basically anything that you can really apply it to, because really, in life, anything will be okay eventually. That's why I think it's just such a perfect title. Alright, so you're probably wondering, when did production actually start? Well, I can pinpoint the exact day. It was the 28th of December, 2021. Yes, that was 4 days after Lost was released. Look, I'm quick on my feet, okay? But basically, that was the first day where I was like, you know what, I'm going to make this film. And yeah, then pre-production started from there, where on approximately in fact, New Year's Day was the day where I was deciding the proper title for It'll Be Okay, and that's when I settled on It'll Be Okay. Then released a trailer on, I think it was January the 7th, and that was the teaser trailer. And then at that point, it went through a bit of a pre-production hell. Let me explain what this pre-production hell actually was. Basically, I finished the script and I was like, okay, let's get this done. And then I just kept on putting off. There was something about the script that I just didn't like. It just never felt right. Because originally the script was very, very drastic. The original draft of the script included drinking. It was so much more emotional, multiple breakdowns, and also impossible ideas of self-harming. So yes, the script was far too over the top, especially didn't match up with what I wanted to do with the film. And at that time, I really didn't have a vision of what I wanted. It was just sad song, sad movie. That was it. There wasn't much of a vision, and it just never felt right, so I basically just kept on putting it off. Then, as a lot of you know, I got COVID! Woo! But I decided, you know what, I'm going to sit down and let's see if I can fix this. And so I rewrote the script. I included Ethan and EJ as a part of the script, also changed up ideas, and also brought in a few new things. And yeah, that's the script we currently used for the film. So yeah, it started then. And then filming officially started, which now I think it's time we go to the scene by scene. Alright, let's start off with scene 1, and to be honest, there isn't much to talk about scene 1. Scene 1 went very smoothly. Ash was the cameraman, and we filmed it directly after scene 3. Other than that, there's not much to talk about. It was a nice neighborhood, nice place to go. Isn't many outtakes either, so yeah, this is a very disappointing beginning, isn't it? Well, on to scene 2. Alright, scene 2. Now, this is actually one where I didn't have a cameraman. As you could tell by a lot of the camera shots, they were actually static cam with a tripod. This scene is actually quite important to the story, and I do understand a lot of the criticism with these 2 scenes, and that is, it's very ambiguous on what is actually going on. And while I do agree with that, I do think that is a solid point that I should have established early on that it was a breakup. However, I do think I emphasize it enough later on to make sense. So I don't think it drags the film down a lot, but definitely something to consider for the next film. But yeah, this clip specifically was 30 minutes long. Yes, I spent 30 minutes running around my room doing random crap looking depressed. So I hope that was worth it for your enjoyment. Alright, time for scene 3, where we used EJ as the actor and Ash as the cameraman. Do I have a lot to say about this scene? Okay, firstly, this scene was so fun, but so annoying at the same time. Do you want to know why that was? Cars! Cars, 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 cars. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Like, Jesus Christ, you were destroying my audio. Cars every single time we tried to do a shot. Why? In fact, all the bloopers that I'm about to show you in a minute are all me complaining about cars. Another thing that also went wrong was the owners of the shop we were in front of. Basically, we were filming and they came out and basically just started saying things, and they were going to kick us off, and I had to use my charm, obviously. But here's basically a reenactment of what happened. What? Please no. Look, I'm sorry, but we can go if you want to, and that's not a problem. How I was feeling on the inside. Oh my god, why? Why? We are 6 lines away from finishing, and you are coming in here. Could you not just wait 30 minutes? 30 minutes is all I need. We are not disturbing you. You stupid. Anyway, everybody else did absolutely fantastic. It was a lot of fun to film with these guys, but oh my god, were the cars driving me insane. Also, that scene had to end abruptly because they just decided to turn off their light, and we're just like, crap, we need to go. So we filmed that very last shot. And watch the bloopers. I don't really care.
Stop being such a pussy and fucking suck it up.
I want to keep that just because it was funny.
Stop being such a pussy and fucking suck it up.
Oh, sorry.
Stop being such a fucking pussy and fuck. Yes, you can. It's all in your head, and guess who controls your mind?
There's a car. I can't just go over it. It's not that easy. Yeah, I'm really
that
sure
sniff
that
was
one.
really loud, yeah.
I can't just get over it just like that. It's not that easy after everything we've been through.
Oh, please. You're acting like a married couple that's just been through 30 years of death.
I'm here. Are you trying to take a video? How dare you?
You're a teenage couple. It couldn't have been that serious.
We've been together since we were kids. And there's another fucking car. Counts to me.
You're boring me now.
There's a fucking car.
Just stop being such a snowflake, man.
Look, I get what you're trying to do, but it isn't helping. I need someone who understands me, not just bluntly telling me I'm being dramatic. It's not helping. And there's a car. Alright, on to scene 4 with Ethan and Harry, except not much to talk about here. Well, other than this. That little shit back there, like, dude, you're in my shot. Get out the way. What are you playing at, you stupid trash panda thing? Right, time for scene 5. In all seriousness, I do actually think scene 5 is my favourite scene in the film. It's the first part of the film where the main themes start to come in, where we really do get to go on a deeper level with Michael rather than just, I'm sad. We really do decide to just go all in, and this note was something that I think was really deserved in the story. And also, this was another scene I did all by myself. I think the camera angles look good. I love the way that I did the music in the scene. Just overall, really powerful. Really, really love this scene. Scene 6 and 7. And we've reached Climax Town. This is the big thing that we've all been leading up to. And yes, I did say 6 and 7 because not delivering the letter and the walking away scene, both of those I count as 2 separate scenes just to make it easier to do. And the cameraman for this scene was Sharia. And because it was raining, I think this scene just feels so much more powerful with that rain. The effects, the way the music kicks in, I think this was the perfect way that I could have executed what the themes and stuff are, which I will get into if you somehow haven't picked up on them already. Also, I forgot to mention the last scene. That's where I linked to Lost. I was lost before I met you, and I feel lost without you. I'm smart like that. Are we gonna cut? Or am I just gonna stare down the phone? I say this and I don't have a cameraman. Scene 8 and 9. This is where the film finally gets its messaging, I guess. Where, although he was really sad and depressed, everything will be okay. That is the whole point. And this kind of montage thing with Ethan at the very end was the final thing that solidified that for me. It was always just talking about how, although things are sad and things are really depressing, there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. And this scene is that light at the end of the tunnel. It's showing that although she's not there anymore, doesn't mean he can't be happy. And there we go. That's it. That's simple. That's all we needed, and that's what the ending needed. To have that final bit of hopefulness that the film needed in order to feel right, which is something the original draft didn't have. It didn't have that optimism. It just was just depressing, and that's why it always felt off, because that's just not my ideologies in love. In fact, we're going to have to go deep on that when we talk about the themes and messages. Which we might as well do now. Basically, the way that I see things is that as long as you and your partner don't hurt each other, there is no reason to hate each other. Just because you're going two separate ways doesn't mean you need to forget that it ever happened, chat shit behind each other's backs, and just pretend as if it was a massive mistake from the beginning, when that simply isn't true. A lot of things with relationships, as long as things don't go wrong, it's something healthy. It helps you grow as people. So I just don't see why it's so hard for some people to just let things go without having to hold resentment for what's happened. And that's what It'll Be Okay encapsulates. It tells you that, well, yes, it's not going to be happy-dappy. When you break up, of course it's going to be sad. You're allowed to grieve that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that that resentment, that hate has to continue further. It will be okay eventually. You just need to take time and also just grow as people. If you go into a relationship thinking, what if it goes wrong? What if things go awkward? Then you simply aren't ready for a relationship. Then that also means you're unable to break up happily. There's no way that you two are going to be able to grow as people. There's no way you're going to be able to learn from what's happened is if you immediately think of what's going to go wrong. And even if it does go wrong, why that has to be bad. People don't like to look at the positives, and at that point, I just don't think they're simply ready for it. It'll Be Okay is all about saying it's okay to feel pain, it's okay that things didn't work, but at the same time, that's not bad. You don't have to stop caring about the other person. You don't have to stop loving them. You just aren't lovers anymore. That doesn't mean you have to cut them out entirely. And yeah, again, that's what the film encapsulates, and that's also the way I see things. It's what inspired the film in the beginning, that just because me and someone didn't have feelings for each other the same way doesn't mean I want to sit here and cut them out of my life, think that, oh man, that was a massive mistake, when it simply wasn't. There's no reason to think that if there is no reason to think that. And that's exactly what the film is. I keep saying it, but that's what it is at the end of the day. And if people resonate with this film, that's great. That's exactly what I want. I want people to watch it and be like, yeah, there is no reason for me to hate my ex. There is no reason for me to feel that way. And also makes people optimistic for giving relationships a go. They're all about experimentation. If you don't experiment, you're not learning. And that's the most important thing about It'll Be Okay. And that's also why it was quite a struggle to make. The original draft was just far too dramatic. It was just going too far to the point where it wasn't It'll Be Okay. It's more of nothing will ever be okay. And that's not what I wanted the film to be. And that's why I struggled to make it for so long. And that's why it went into such a massive pre-production hell, because it didn't match up with what I felt was right. And yes, this film was a bit of a writing coping mechanism for me. And that's okay. I also do think if you're going through something that isn't great, that you should write about it. Or do something with that pain rather than just sitting there letting it happen. And you can overall learn a lot from it. Overall, I have learned a lot about filmmaking with It'll Be Okay. Learning how to use other people, also camera work, also learning how to edit with normal scenes, not just long improv intakes with Lost. Creating that script and also going through that process of realizing it wasn't okay at first and then also realizing later on how to fix it. It's what makes filmmaking so exhilarating and so rewarding to me when people find the messages, they love the characters, they love everything about it, and that's what makes writing so great for me. And I've also learned a lot from It'll Be Okay in terms of how to write better stories. For example, so many people have told me that they adore the emotion and stuff within It'll Be Okay, and I've used that to put that into the next script for the next script. Basically, for the next script, I've added a lot more emotion. It's going to be a lot more of an action film, but I've decided to go really deep on the themes, just like I did here, to really feel that emotion and really elevate the story a lot more than just simple action. Overall, It'll Be Okay is my favourite thing I've created thus far, and I do aim to keep on beating them over and over again. I'm excited for movie 4, and I hope you did enjoy the film. Let's get into the outro. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what do you think of this video, and also what did you think of It'll Be Okay. And also, if you want to go check out my Instagram where you'll find teasers and all kinds of trailers and stuff for all the upcoming films, there is a link down below to a link tree that has my Instagram. It also has my Twitch. Not like I'm ever going to use it, but still. And it also has all of the short films in there as well. Down below is also the link to It'll Be Okay. So if you haven't seen it already and this has enticed you to go watch it, go watch it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys did enjoy the film. I'm excited as all hell for the next film. And also, if you're an actor or cinematographer and want to get in contact with me so you could also be a part of the films, by all means do so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Bye.